Every day, millions of people wake up with a feeling of anxiety, stress, and inner emptiness. Social pressures, financial difficulties, and problems in our personal lives turn our reality into a chaotic race. We strive for happiness and peace, but often find ourselves trapped in negative thoughts and emotional storms. So why is it so difficult to find peace and maintain balance despite our efforts? Why do we so easily allow other people's opinions to undermine our self-esteem? Why do we depend on external circumstances that can destroy our inner balance in an instant? The truth is simple: we too often react automatically. We respond to failure with discouragement, to criticism with defensiveness, to uncertainty with fear. We continue to believe we can control everything. And when reality doesn't meet our expectations, it throws us off balance. You've probably had thoughts like, if things were different, I'd be happy, or I don't have the strength to cope anymore. These reflections are familiar to many people, but they only reinforce the mistaken belief that happiness and peace of mind depend on external conditions. By basing our well-being on things that are out of our control, we doom ourselves to constant anxiety and emotional swings. What if we could look at it differently? Imagine a life where external circumstances, however chaotic and unpredictable, do not determine your inner state. A life where you have the inner strength to stay in harmony and remain calm, no matter what is going on around you. This is not an unattainable dream, but a realistic goal that you can achieve by changing your perception. We often look for stability in the things that surround us: a new job, a relationship, the acquisition of material goods. It seems to us that these are the things that will bring us the long-awaited harmony. However, true peace comes not from change on the outside, but from transformation on the inside. True balance is born when we realize our ability to control our reactions to external events. We each have the power within us to deal with chaos and find our footing within ourselves. This understanding is the key to deep and sustainable well-being. The principles of inner resilience are not just a philosophy, they are practical tools you can start using today. They will help you build a foundation for a confident and harmonious life. If you feel manipulated by life and are tired of feeling that way, it may be time to take back control of your inner world. It's time to discover the power that will allow you to remain calm and for real-life challenges, voluntarily giving up little things like a comfortable temperature or constant access to food and entertainment helps develop resilience. For example, try skipping an occasional meal, taking a cold shower, or giving up using social media for a day. These exercises seem minor, but they help train the mind and body to accept discomfort and teach us how to cope with discomfort. These practices are not meant to cause suffering. Their purpose is to strengthen your inner core. Starvation, for example, teaches you not to rush for food at the first sign of hunger, which helps you develop self-control. Cold showers help you adapt to physical discomfort and realize that we can handle more than we think we can. Small challenges allow you to train your mind and body to be ready for the real challenges of life. They help us not only to cope with temporary discomfort, but also to find in it sources of strength and self-confidence. Practicing voluntary discomfort allows us to gain inner confidence, making us more resilient in the face of life as challenges. It helps us not only to cope with adversity, but also to come out of it stronger. In addition, these exercises change the way we view comfort and luxury, teach us to appreciate what we already have, and awaken a sense of gratitude. Once you realize that true happiness and peace come not from external comfort but from inner resilience, you can incorporate this practice into your life. It will help you prepare for unexpected challenges by strengthening your mental attitude. You will begin to see difficulties as opportunities rather than reasons to be discouraged. In today's fast-paced life, it's easy to overlook what we already have, focusing on what we lack. This leads to frustration and a feeling that happiness is unattainable. However, developing gratitude helps shift our focus to the value of the present moment and seeing the beauty in the world around us. Gratitude is a powerful tool against negativity. It teaches you to notice even the most humble joys, finding reasons for happiness in everyday things. For example, the simple thought of a cup of morning coffee or the support of a friend can change your mood. When you consciously celebrate these moments, your brain rewires itself to perceive the positive, helping you to notice the good in even the most mundane events. Try making a habit of finding a few reasons to be grateful each day. It can be little things like pleasant weather or a successful end to the day. Start a diary in which you write down 3 things for which you are grateful. Gradually, you will learn to notice more positive things around you, and the feeling of joy will become habitual. Gratitude is especially important in relationships. We often focus on the shortcomings of our loved ones, forgetting to appreciate their virtues. Sincere words of gratitude and kind acts strengthen bonds, creating an atmosphere of warmth and support around you. This attitude makes relationships deeper and stronger. It's easy to practice gratitude when life is going well. But real resilience comes when you find a reason to be grateful even in difficult times. Ask yourself what lesson or experience you can learn from this situation. This doesn't mean ignoring negative feelings, but rather recognizing them and finding in them an opportunity for growth. Over time, gratitude will help change your outlook on life. You will begin to see abundance instead of a sense of scarcity, and a sense of happiness will become independent of external circumstances. Gratitude will become your source of inner peace and strength, allowing you to face any challenge with an open heart. Change is a natural part of life, but it often brings fear and resistance. We feel that stability brings us peace, so we cling to the familiar and fear the unknown. However, trying to resist the inevitable can only increase anxiety and rob us of our strength. Accepting change is about recognizing its inevitability and learning to adapt to the new. Life is like the flow of a river where everything changes. Seasons, relationships, circumstances. Trying to hold back these changes is like fighting the tide. It is pointless. If we look at change as an opportunity rather than a threat, it can be a powerful tool for personal growth. Instead of fearing the new, we can see it as a chance to become stronger, wiser, and open new horizons. Start by realizing that change is a natural part of life that helps us grow and evolve. Think back to moments in the past when change has opened up new opportunities for you or helped you grow. This perspective will help you reduce your fear and resistance to future change. Often we get attached to certain outcomes, expecting things to go exactly as we planned. When reality differs from our expectations, we feel disappointed. By freeing ourselves from these attachments, we become more flexible and open to the new possibilities that life has to offer. Practicing mindfulness helps keep us calm in challenging moments, allowing us to focus on the present and our actions rather than worrying about the future. Consider the philosophical principle of amor fati, which translates to love of fate. This approach encourages us to not only accept what happens, but to be grateful for everything that happens in our lives, seeing it as part of our journey. Change should not be perceived as destruction. On the contrary, they are important stages of experience that can bring valuable lessons and open up new horizons previously unavailable to your perception. Develop the ability to be flexible. Resisting inevitable change only increases stress and creates unnecessary experiences. Learning to adapt to change will help you cope with the unexpected more easily. Accepting change unlocks an inner source of strength and resilience. It allows you to remain collected, calm, and confident even in the face of a rapidly changing world. Every day we are faced with a huge flow of information, opinions, and assessments. This sometimes leads to confusion, stress, and hasty conclusions. To maintain mental clarity and composure, it is important to learn to distinguish between facts and subjective opinions. Often our minds are overflowing with interpretations and beliefs that we accept as truth. These subjective judgments can distort reality and lead to unnecessary emotional outbursts. To achieve inner peace, begin to consciously analyze your thoughts and emotions. When you encounter an event that evokes strong feelings, stop and ask yourself, is this a fact or just my interpretation? For example, if someone cuts you off on the road, your first thought might be, he has no respect for others. However, this is just an opinion. The fact is only that the other car crossed your path. Recognizing this difference will help you reduce emotional stress and avoid rash reactions based on subjective assumptions. This approach to life helps keep you calm and balanced, allowing you to focus on the real facts rather than the emotions caused by our interpretations. Practicing mindfulness allows you to look at your thoughts and emotions from an observer's perspective without judgment or bias. It helps you see them as temporary phenomena rather than absolute truths. This approach to one's thoughts promotes more balanced reactions and preservation of mental balance. Another effective technique is cognitive restructuring. It helps transform negative beliefs into more realistic and supportive ones. For example, instead of "I always fail," try thinking, "I have difficulties, but I learn from my mistakes and grow stronger." This way of thinking reduces stress and builds emotional resilience. Today, when we are surrounded by many points of view, especially on social media, it is easy to succumb to other people's influence. However, it is important to remember the opinions of others are not facts, but their personal perceptions shaped by their experiences and beliefs. Realizing this will allow you to make decisions with confidence based on your own principles. By gradually developing the ability to distinguish between facts and interpretations, you will strengthen your inner balance. This will allow you to maintain clarity of mind and peace of mind even in difficult situations, reducing the impact of external circumstances on your condition. We often associate our happiness with people, achievements, or material possessions, which makes us vulnerable and dependent. Practicing detachment helps you maintain inner peace, allowing you to live more sustainably, regardless of external conditions. Detachment does not mean indifference. It is the ability to participate in life without becoming overly attached to specific outcomes or things. Start by analyzing your attachments. Which ones cause feelings of dependency or anxiety? Becoming aware of these will help reduce stress. Practicing detachment involves voluntarily giving up unnecessary things. This could be cutting back on material things, simplifying your schedule, or reducing the time you spend on social media. This mindfulness helps you appreciate the present and focus on what is really important. That said, it is important to accept the inevitability of change and loss. Everything in life changes, and trying to keep things the same only increases stress. Accepting this fact allows you to maintain inner stability even in the midst of change. Detachment in relationships means accepting people for who they are without seeking to control them or attribute your happiness to their actions. This builds sincerity and trust, reducing emotional dependency. Attitudes about goals can be changed to set goals, but don't get attached to a specific outcome. Focus on the process, do your best, and accept any outcome with gratitude. This approach helps you avoid disappointment and maintain emotional resilience. In a world full of distractions and shifting values, it is easy to lose sight of what is truly important to you. A moral compass is your internal guide based on key principles such as honesty, fairness, wisdom, and courage. Analyze your actions in the past. Which decisions brought you satisfaction and pride, and which ones did you regret? This will help you realize your true values. Living by these principles means doing things that reflect who you are, even if it is difficult. For example, if honesty is important to you, remain sincere even when lying seems more convenient. Such consistency builds your confidence and earns you the respect of others. A moral compass and practicing detachment create a strong inner foundation that helps you cope with life as challenges without losing yourself. you become less dependent on external circumstances and find harmony by building a life based on conscious decisions and sustainable values. An important element of maintaining a moral compass is courage. It helps you defend your beliefs, even if it is met with resistance or misunderstanding. When faced with pressure or the possibility of conflict, it takes courage to stay true to your principles. Regular self-examination and reflection strengthens the moral compass. Ask yourself questions. Are my actions consistent with my beliefs? A journal can be a useful tool for recording thoughts, tracking actions, and analyzing personal growth. It is also important to connect with people who share your values. They can inspire you and be a support during difficult times. Such connections build confidence and help you stay on the right path. No one is immune to mistakes, and sometimes we may deviate from our values. However, at such times, it is important to recognize your mistakes, learn from them, and take steps to correct them. This not only helps to restore inner harmony, but also promotes further development. The ability to recognize your mistakes and act to correct them builds your self-discipline and confidence. It shows that you value your beliefs and are willing to learn from your actions. In a world full of distractions and temptations, keeping your focus on your main tasks is a real challenge. Self-discipline becomes the foundation for success in your personal and professional life. It helps you focus on long-term goals, stick to healthy habits, and manage your actions. Self-discipline requires making conscious choices for future achievements rather than momentary pleasures. This includes setting clear goals, creating structured routines, and taking responsibility for your decisions. Start by setting clear and realistic goals, whether it's as improved health, professional achievement, or personal growth. Divide large tasks into smaller, achievable steps and set deadlines for each. This approach will make goals more achievable and keep you from unnecessary stress. Creating an organized daily schedule is also key. Regular habits such as rising early, setting aside time for work, physical activity, rest, and reflection will help create a stable and productive rhythm of life. Maintaining self-discipline requires patience and constant work on yourself. Even if you face obstacles, it's as important to remember that each step toward a goal builds your inner strength and resilience. Committing to your values and habits forms the foundation for steady progress and helps you withstand any of life's challenges. Creating a stable routine reduces the need to make decisions in your daily affairs, which makes it easier to accomplish tasks and helps you move toward success. Being accountable to yourself or another person also builds discipline. Share your plans with a friend or mentor who can support and motivate you along the way to achieve your goals. Regular progress reports and discussion of successes not only encourages further action, but also provides useful. The fact that our time is limited. The principle of memento mori reminds us of the finitude of existence, helping us to focus on what is truly important. This realization is not frightening, but rather inspires us to live more meaningfully and appreciate each moment. Reflecting on the frailty of time helps you gain a deeper understanding of how you want to spend your days. Ask yourself the questions: what would I do if I knew this was my last day? Or what actions would give my life meaning? These reflections help you set the right priorities and build a life that aligns with your values. Realizing mortality also inspires you to release old burdens, resolve long-standing conflicts,